Well. Hello there, people. Welcome back to my channel. You want to have some coffee? Yeah. Ooh, that was hot. Oh, that was nice. So, welcome back, people, to the channel. This video here, I've been wanting to make for a long time. Basically, since I started the work of taking this car back to more OE specification, I started noticing some underlying issues in the drivetrain because the whole car just became quieter when I was putting on the OE exhaust and stuff. So it became apparent that it had some drivetrain noises that shouldn't be there. And I also showed you this issue in a previous video that I did where I talked about the balance belt not being mounted correctly. I'll just put a link to that video in the description box so you can go back and check that out. What was going on was that when you were going in 60 or 70 kilometers an hour, engine braking, third gear or whatever, you would hear this like sound coming from the front end, almost like a can of bolts and nuts being shaken around the gearbox. And it sounds like this. Look at the boost gauge for reference to see when the car is on Decel. So vacuum is Decel, obviously. That does not sound good, does it? No, it doesn't. So obviously I had to find out what was causing this. So I just decided to go ahead, do my thing, check all the drivetrain components, drive shafts, prop shaft. Did the exhaust system catch on anything? Was there filings in the gearbox, oil, or stuff like that? So I just went through everything over and over and over again, tried to locate this sound. I also did replace the oils at some point. I put like thicker oil in all the driveline and it made stuff more quiet, but it didn't remove the sound in any way. So one of the things that I found to be a possible culprit from when looking at like forums and stuff, they were talking about a light flywheel, and I knew that my car had a light flywheel. So I knew from the get-go that I wanted to take that out of the car and put in an OE spec flywheel. So just before Christmas, that is what I did. I ordered in an OE spec flywheel from Blueprint, 240mm Evo 7-9. I also got an XCD Evo 7-9 clutch, standard one. That's enough for this power level. Because I want an OE feel to the car. I want the car to be nice to drive. Don't want anything tuned, illegal stuff. That is not me. I want the car to be a nice daily driver and a nice hobby car. That is all I want. You people who want like 800 horsepower, have fun, go mad. Not me. So between Christmas and New Year's, I decided to do the work. I also ordered in a new rear main seal because I wanted to do that in the same go. Doing this job is quite easy. It's basically the same as any Evo 5 and 6 and even 7, 8, 9, though the subframe is what makes these cars differ from each other. My biggest tip to you is to remove the front subframe on either of these cars. It makes the whole job 1,000,000 times easier because you don't have to struggle when you're pulling the gearbox off and putting it back on. If you have the subframe there, it sticks out just before the gearbox. It's worth doing the 1 extra hour of removal of the subframe. Just makes life so much easier. It's on. Everything went smoothly. Yeah. In the engine bay here, you will have to remove what is seen. You have to get to all the bolts on top of the bell housing. Also, you have to remove the shift linkage there and the slave cylinder down there. And when you get it up in the air, you pull out this rubber grommet. The inspection hole that I'm talking about is this. And you stick a screwdriver in, twist it, and do that thing. You can find info on it all around the interwebs. And then you just continue to do the work. Do bolt by bolt, remove the north-south bar, take down the transfer case, do the subframe, remove it. Don't think about it, just remove it. It will make the job so much nicer. And then I got to my clutch and flywheel, and then look what happened. So, people, I have removed the transmission, the throat bearing, definitely being replaced. And I have bought this ACT centering tool, so I can now remove all the screws without stuff falling apart. What? Holy shit, can you see that? The whole centerpiece is loose. That can cause some sound right there. Do you think I was happy when seeing that? Yeah. I knew straight away that I had found and nailed down the culprit for this grinding sound. I knew it straight away. When I did like this, I could hear it in my head like, ooh, that is the same sound. So let us go over to my bench. And check out the clutch. I have it on my bench, see? So here it is, XCD stage 1. Look at that, people. Imagine this spinning around 3,500 revs per minute. This in combination with the light flywheel caused this grinding sound. I think the light flywheel exaggerated the fault of this. Either way, this is a bad disc plate. When it comes to the release bearing, this is a special type. I was having a hard time releasing this because there was a lot of clutch dust binding up this mechanism. So what I ended up doing was to use some penetrating oil to squirt that in here and just rotating the engine so we could get to the backside and do the same. And I did like this many times, so it would free up the mechanism, and then I would push it down, stick my screwdriver in like that, twist it 90 degrees, like that, and it was loose. Just remember to deal with that before you try to remove the transmission, or else you will be in trouble. So, yeah. Obviously, I cannot know if it was the flywheel alone or if it was the clutch alone. It really doesn't matter. I knew that the light flywheel would cause exaggerated driveline noise, so it was a good thing to replace both. So that was all, people. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys in my future videos. So see you guys later. Bye, bye, bye. See ya. Welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're gonna take my car out for a test drive. The reason why I'm doing this time of year is because I did replace the flywheel and the clutch because I'm trying to diagnose an engine braking decel noise that I've been having. So I am super curious to see if the replacement of the flywheel and clutch did anything to that fault at all. Already I can feel a huge improvement. I don't hear any drivetrain noise as I'm sitting just here. There's no transmission rattle. Before it was like click, 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 click. Now there's nothing. Also, the engine is running very smoothly, so this is a very nice addition to when I was correcting that timing belt and balance belt that was not mounted correctly. So let's see how it goes. And here we are on the way out of town. This is like a big lake on the side of the main central station here. So goodbye Stavanger City. And hello freeway. So now we're heading out on the freeway, at least to a more relevant speed. It's gone! It was the clutch! The car is fixed! Woohoo!